Hey everyone, this is Zach, bringing to you another episode of World of Warcraft Shadowlands content, and this time around we are going to talk about something that's shocking to the lots of people. With these changes, it's like, in my opinion, the game needs to bring more like specific class rather than player itself, and with these changes I do think that a certain spec which is not being favorable to do a certain content and might be useful again to its special ability that brings to the table, for example like shaman, I guess. Alright then. Just recently Blizzard has announced that the drums effect have been nerfed in Shadowlands to 15% haste, and as well the removal of engineering brez item together with raid buff scrolls. It's a really huge impact on the performance, especially in Mythic Plus. What do you guys think? If you have anything to say, please drop your comments into the box down below. Before we dive into further details, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more future contents, and remember to ring the bell. Let's roll, guys. To all my fellow friends, without further ado, let's have a look into our traditional mind mapping for these topics as an overview of all for the discussion. Based on the routes we are going to discuss about, which are drums aka hates buff nerf, removal of engineering brez profession, and raid buff scrolls removed. Likewise, during M plus contents I do carry a lot of this raid buff scrolls, and also using engineering brez unstable temporal time shifter a lot, just in case can't find the class with brez. But most of the time it's really tough to find one of a class having this brez capabilities, especially on high keys. They always look into this so-called the highest IO, or we call it the raider IO. Like I said before, removal of this raid buff and brez thing from engineering profession might be really impactful in terms of class composition to be used in Mythic Plus. That's being said, let's have a look into the first one, which is the drums aka haste buff nerf. As being informed by official blue post, the haste effect is being nerfed to significantly 15% haste, down from 25% in BFA. In order to receive the full effect, still can be obtainable via shaman, hunter pet, and mage time warp, which not having nerfed so far as we speak. The affected drums are drums of speed, mountain, maelstorms, and lastly drums of deathly ferocity for Shadowlands version. As for my personal point of view, guys, concerning about these changes, like I have mentioned before, it will encourage players to choose a class with full haste buff, especially in Mythic Plus, as before this with 25% haste buff, like everyone can bring the drums, as compared to use 30% haste buff, as 5% doesn't affect much unless if you are pushing really high level of keys. Reducing to 15% of haste buff for Shadowland is pretty big hit, and some people 15% is still fine rather than can't be used at all. What is your thoughts concerning this? As usual, guys, please drop your concern in the comments right down below. Alright people, the next topic we are going to talk about is the removal of engineering brez item, which is called unstable temporal time shifter, which I can say a really hot topic to be discussed here. Instead of nerfing the his buff last or heroism at 15%, in my opinion this is really impactful to the party. Without brez, especially in mythic plus, kind of risky because players are need to be careful for not having a few silly mistakes which can lead to wipes and start all over again, which can cause a lot of waste of time. With brez, can directly brez a healer to restart the boss fights, or directly brez for those who died. Well, in my experience, in every of my mythic plus run, brez is a must, or we call it a compulsory to be attended or to have, because of people tend to make mistakes. So having brezers inside the party or team is something like a play safe phenomena. Alright my fellow friends, the next and final interesting point to ponder is the removal of raid buff scrolls. Ouch, this is really something which I not even agree of. We put it this way, actually the buff scrolls still can be used. Actually it is just that until level 50 only, but above level 50 is not usable anymore. Well, if we hit level 60 for sure can't be used, right? The other surprising news is that raid buff from class in Shadowlands being nerfed 5% down from 10%, like for example battle shout from warrior, arcane intellect from mages, and power word fortitude from priest. In the context of raid, we might not having an issue to acquire the mentioned buffs. In terms of raid, we can have the raid buff from the respective classes, but in my opinion, in dungeon or mythic plus, is going to be really pain, because of we need to choose which class that needs to be brought up into the table. For example, if have more melees in group, we might consider to use melee buff like warrior battle shout or monk buff. If it's more range, for example like magic class range, then we need to bring a DH, a demon hunter, for its 5% increase of magic damage, or a mage or 5% increase of intellect. Well guys, to push high keys, people might be coming too choosy or too choosing on which class to bring. It is like play the class that brings benefits to the team, or can push the key, or we can time the key and not just simply bring the class because you like it. Yikes, pretty afraid, right? Alright guys, that's all I can say, my friends, for this underwhelmed changes, which I believe most of us kinda disappointed with. What do you guys think about these changes? Is it really bad, or does it just simply change without looking into the consequences? As usual, it is just my personal overview, which may be right or wrong. If you have any ideas, concerns, opinions, anything related, please feel free to drop under the comments box down below to discuss. As usual, I really appreciate for your fullest support. Thank you everyone for watching, and see you again in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day.